Today we're diving deep into the world of gurus, exploring why people seek them out and how to navigate this complex landscape. We're going to be using two articles from the Spiritual Seek called 10 Signs That a Guru is a Fraud or a Fake and Why Do People Go to Gurus?
The concept of a guru is really deeply rooted in Hinduism, where they're revered as these guides to spiritual enlightenment and liberation, often even holding a position of greater respect than one's parents.
Yeah, and yet, as both articles point out, this revered position, it can be misused, right?
That's it.
So let's jump into the first article's 10 warning signs. Now, it's important to note, these are points to ponder, not like a rigid checklist.
Exactly. It's more about cultivating discernment than like a strict set of rules. One of the signs the article mentions is a preference for the wealthy and powerful.
Interesting.
Yeah. The article highlights how access to the guru might be influenced by financial contributions rather than genuine spiritual progress.
So that raises the question of what genuine renunciation entails. The article also mentions gurus whose families are deeply involved in their affairs,
Right.
which might seem contradictory to the principle of renunciation.
Renunciation is a complex concept. While it generally implies detachment from worldly possessions and attachments, it doesn't necessarily preclude a guru from having family ties or involvement. So it's really crucial to look beyond the superficialities and consider the guru's actions and teachings.
Absolutely. The second article delves into the motivations behind why people even seek gurus in the first place. It's
Right.
not always about, seeking that spiritual liberation.
Yeah, you're right. The reasons are actually diverse. Some individuals turn to gurus during times of personal crisis, seeking solace and solutions, things like job loss or relationship breakdowns or other life challenges.
Right. This brings up, I think, an interesting ethical consideration. Is seeking external solutions from a guru, is that truly addressing the root cause of suffering? Or is there a way of kind of bypassing personal responsibility?
It's a valid point. Relying solely on a guru's guidance without engaging in that introspection and personal growth, that can be a form of spiritual bypassing. True transformation often requires confronting and working through our difficulties, not simply seeking these external fixes.
Another motivation that the article highlights is this thirst for knowledge, a curiosity about spiritual matters. People with a philosophical inclination might seek a guru to explore metaphysical truths, to clarify their doubts.
This desire for knowledge is a natural part of the human experience, especially for those seeking deeper meaning and purpose in life. However, the article reminds us that genuine spiritual commitment often requires more than just intellectual curiosity. It demands a sincere effort and a willingness to engage in inner transformation.
The article also explores the concept of the ideal guru, as depicted in the Guru Gita, contrasting it with the complexities of guru-disciple relationships in the modern world.
Absolutely. The Guru Gita portrays the guru as this pure and selfless being, completely liberated from worldly attachments and capable of guiding disciples towards enlightenment. But, this idealized image, it can create unrealistic expectations and make individuals vulnerable to, potential exploitation.
Exactly. And both articles emphasize the importance of discernment and caution against blind faith.
Yeah. Discernment involves critical thinking. It's about evaluating teachings and behaviors and not blindly accepting everything a guru says or does. This is particularly important, I think, in today's world, where the guru-disciple dynamic can be fraught with power imbalances and the potential for abuse.
One of the most thought-provoking ideas in the second article is this concept of God as the ultimate guru.
Yeah.
The article suggests that prioritizing devotion to a human guru over cultivating a personal connection with the divine can be problematic. It argues that placing a human being, however enlightened they may appear, on a pedestal above one's own direct relationship with God, that can actually hinder spiritual progress. The article cites the Sikh tradition as an example of balancing reverence for gurus with the primary focus on God.
In Sikhism, gurus are seen as guides pointing towards God, not as replacements for a personal connection with the divine. This model really emphasizes the importance of seeking guidance and inspiration while maintaining that individual responsibility for one's spiritual journey.
This concept also raises the question, can they manifest in various forms throughout our lives, beyond just the traditional image of a spiritual master?
Absolutely. Life itself can be a guru. It offers these valuable lessons and insights through our experiences, relationships, and interactions with others. So being open to learning from those unexpected sources, recognizing the potential for growth in every situation, that's really a key aspect of spiritual development.
The first article, it goes into more depth on those 10 signs of a potentially fraudulent guru. It highlights certain behaviors and characteristics to be wary of. One such sign is a guru who claims to have, supernatural powers or to be an incarnation of a deity.
Right. And while some genuine spiritual teachers may exhibit extraordinary abilities, it's essential to approach such claims with caution. True spiritual authority stems from wisdom, compassion, and ethical conduct, not from claims of supernatural prowess. The article, it cautions against being swayed by charisma or these claims of special powers.
Another red flag is a guru who promotes a lavish lifestyle or demands excessive financial contributions from followers.
Authentic spiritual teachers emphasize simplicity and detachment from material possessions. While financial support may be necessary to sustain a spiritual organization, it should be transparent and reasonable. Excessive displays of wealth or pressure to donate, those can be signs of exploitation.
The article also warns against gurus who isolate their followers from family and friends or encourage dependency.
Healthy spiritual communities, they foster belonging and connection, not isolation or dependence. Encouraging followers to sever ties with loved ones or to rely solely on the guru for guidance can be a form of manipulation and control.
Another important point is the need to be wary of gurus who claim to have exclusive access to truth or who denigrate other spiritual paths.
Authentic spiritual teachings, they recognize the diversity of paths and encourage respect for different traditions. Claiming to have a monopoly on truth or denouncing other spiritual practices can be, well, a sign of arrogance and closed-mindedness.
The article also cautions against gurus who exhibit anger or arrogance or a lack of compassion.
True spiritual teachers, they embody qualities of humility, kindness, and patience. While they may offer constructive criticism or challenge their students to grow, they do so with compassion and understanding, not through anger or judgment.
And the article concludes by reminding readers that the most important aspect of spiritual seeking is to cultivate that inner wisdom and discernment. It urges individuals to approach any guru or spiritual teaching with a critical mind and to trust their intuition.
Ultimately, the responsibility for our spiritual growth lies with ourselves. While guidance from a guru can be invaluable, it should never replace our own inner compass and the pursuit of self-knowledge.
So let's delve a little deeper into those motivations behind why people seek gurus, exploring the range of reasons beyond just the pursuit of spiritual liberation. The second article provides some valuable insights into these varied motivations.
One common motivation is the desire to overcome personal difficulties and find solutions to those life challenges. People facing things like job loss, relationship problems, health issues, or other forms of suffering. They may turn to a guru seeking guidance and support.
It's natural to seek help during difficult times. However, the article cautions against relying solely on a guru to solve our problems, without taking personal responsibility for our choices and actions.
Right. True spiritual growth involves confronting and working through those challenges, not seeking to avoid them or have them magically disappear. The guru's role is to provide guidance and support, not to act as a rescuer or a problem solver.
The article also highlights curiosity and a thirst for knowledge as a motivation for seeking a guru. Individuals with, say, a philosophical bent might be drawn to explore spiritual teachings, metaphysical concepts, and different perspectives on life and existence.
This thirst for knowledge, it's a valuable asset on the spiritual path. But the article reminds us that genuine spiritual commitment, it requires more than just intellectual exploration. It involves a sincere desire to apply the teachings to one's life and to engage in that inner work of transformation.
Another motivation explored in the article is that feeling of emptiness or a lack of purpose that many people experience in modern life. Individuals seeking meaning and connection beyond the material world might turn to a guru hoping to fill this void.
That desire for meaning and purpose, it's a fundamental human need. But the article suggests that simply seeking that external fulfillment through a guru or spiritual group without addressing the underlying causes of emptiness can lead to further disillusionment.
So that raises the question of, well, what are those underlying causes and how can individuals address them? The article actually delves into the complexities of attention-seeking behavior within spiritual communities, suggesting that some individuals might be seeking a guru's attention and approval due to underlying insecurities or a need for external validation.
This dynamic can create unhealthy power dynamics within these guru-disciple relationships and hinder genuine spiritual progress. The article encourages individuals to cultivate self-awareness and to examine their motivations for seeking a guru's attention.
It's important to recognize that true spiritual growth involves transcending those ego-driven desires for recognition and validation, and instead focusing on cultivating that inner peace and contentment.
The article also touches upon the issue of dependence on gurus, noting that some disciples may become overly reliant on their guru for guidance and reassurance, even for those minor decisions.
This can hinder the development of self-reliance and autonomy, which are essential qualities for spiritual maturity. The article really emphasizes the importance of cultivating inner strength and the ability to make those independent choices, aligned with one's values and intuition.
While a guru's guidance can be really invaluable, it's crucial to remember that the ultimate responsibility for our lives and choices that rests with ourselves. The guru's role is to empower us to become self-reliant, to walk our own path with wisdom and discernment.
Now let's explore the article's take on the role of faith in the guru-disciple relationship. The article highlights the importance of having faith in one's chosen path and guru, but it also cautions against blind faith.
Yeah, true faith isn't about blind acceptance or unquestioning obedience. It's about having that trust and confidence in the teachings, in the guru's guidance, while remaining discerning and critical in our thinking.
The article suggests that our choice of guru, it often reflects our own level of purity and virtue. If our aspirations are sincere and we are committed to living an ethical life, we are more likely to attract a genuine and spiritually advanced guru.
This concept underscores the interconnectedness between our inner state and our outer experiences. Our thoughts, intentions, and actions, they shape our reality, including the people we attract into our lives.
And the article also reminds us that, ultimately, our spiritual progress depends on our own efforts and practice. While a guru can guide and inspire us, we must do the work of inner transformation ourselves.
It's about taking ownership of our spiritual journey and engaging in the practices that lead to liberation, such as meditation, self-reflection, ethical conduct, and service to others.
The article concludes with a thought-provoking statement. It asserts that God is the true guru. It suggests that we should prioritize our relationship with the divine above all else, even above our relationship with a human guru.
The article cautions against replacing a personal connection with God with devotion to a human being, however enlightened they may appear. It reminds us that the ultimate source of wisdom and guidance lies within the divine, and we can access this directly through our own spiritual practices.
And the article also highlights the Sikh tradition as a model for balancing reverence for gurus with a primary focus on God. In Sikhism, gurus are seen as guides, pointing towards God, not as replacements for a personal relationship with the divine.
This model recognizes the value of human guidance. While emphasizing the importance of cultivating a direct connection with that ultimate reality, it encourages us to seek inspiration from teachers while recognizing that our true liberation comes from within.
So before we move on to other aspects of these articles, let's just take a moment to reflect. What are some key takeaways that resonate with you?
I think one key takeaway for me is the importance of discernment. In choosing a guru and in evaluating spiritual teachings, blind faith can be dangerous, and it's crucial to approach any spiritual path with a critical and discerning mind.
I agree. And also remembering that the ultimate responsibility for our spiritual growth lies with ourselves. While guidance from a guru can be invaluable, it should never replace our own inner compass and that pursuit of self-knowledge.
And another key takeaway is that recognition that gurus can manifest in many forms throughout our lives. We can learn and grow from our experiences, from our relationships, from our interactions with others, as well as from those traditional spiritual teachers.
Yeah. Life itself can be a guru, constantly offering us these opportunities for learning and transformation.
The Guru Gita, it's a revered Hindu text, and it paints this picture of the ideal guru. It says there's someone who has transcended the three gunas, those fundamental forces of nature that kind of bind us to the material world. So this transcendence, it implies a level of purity and detachment that allows the gurus to then guide disciples towards liberation.
For those who might not be familiar with the concept of the three gunas, could you elaborate a bit on their significance in Hindu philosophy?
Of course. So the three gunas are sattva, rajas, and tamas, and they represent purity, passion, and ignorance, each respectively. And they're believed to influence all of our thoughts, actions, and perceptions. So the Guru Gita, it suggests that a true guru has moved beyond the sway of these forces, attaining the state of balance and equanimity.
The text also emphasizes the guru's ability to protect their disciples from divine wrath. And this notion of protection, it seems to suggest a power dynamic, where the guru acts as this intermediary between the disciple and the divine.
That's an interesting point. While the text highlights the guru's elevated spiritual status, it also stresses the importance of humility and obedience on the part of the disciple. It cautions that those who approach their guru with ego or anger, they risk losing the wisdom they've gained.
And this emphasis on obedience raises a really crucial point, about the potential for such teachings to be misused. Blind obedience, without that critical thinking, it may actually be detrimental to an individual's spiritual growth.
Yeah. Right. I think it's essential to remember that even though sacred texts, they should be approached with discernment and critical thinking. The Guru Gita's portrayal of the ideal guru, it shouldn't be interpreted as this justification for unquestioning submission or the suppression of individual autonomy.
The article also cautions against worshiping a guru who hasn't attained oneness with the divine. How can someone discern a guru's level of spiritual attainment?
Yeah, discerning a guru's true spiritual state, it's complex. While those external signs like charisma or claims of supernatural powers, those can be misleading, right? So the article suggests focusing on the guru's actions, their teachings, their overall conduct. A genuine guru's life, it will reflect those qualities of compassion, wisdom, humility, and ethical integrity.
This brings us back to the importance of looking beyond those superficialities, carefully evaluating a guru's words and deeds. The article also delves into the various reasons why people seek out gurus, going beyond that idealized notion of seeking liberation. It suggests that some individuals may be motivated by a desire to overcome personal difficulties, seeking solutions to their problems and suffering.
Right. And it's a common human tendency, I think. When we're faced with challenges, we naturally seek out guidance and support. However, the article, it cautions against expecting gurus to solve all of our problems or remove our karma.
It emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for our actions and using those challenges as opportunities for growth and learning.
Indeed. True spiritual growth often involves confronting those difficulties head on and working through them with courage and wisdom rather than simply trying to avoid them or escape them.
The article also discusses the motivation of curiosity and the desire to explore spiritual truths. People may be drawn to a guru's teachings, their personality, or even the overall atmosphere of their community.
Curiosity can be a powerful catalyst for spiritual exploration. However, the article suggests that curiosity alone may not be sufficient to sustain that long-term commitment to a spiritual path.
Right. It suggests that true commitment requires a deeper level of faith, a willingness to engage in that challenging work of inner transformation, and a genuine desire to move beyond just the intellectual exploration toward an embodied wisdom.
Absolutely. The article also highlights the phenomenon of individuals seeking gurus because of feelings of emptiness and purposelessness in their lives.
These individuals, they may be seeking meaning and connection beyond the material world, longing for something to fill that void within.
However, the article cautions that bringing that same restlessness and dissatisfaction into spiritual seeking, it can be problematic.
It suggests that individuals may jump from one guru or teaching to another without fully committing to any path, constantly seeking that external validation, rather than cultivating that inner peace and contentment.
That's a crucial point. The article emphasizes the importance of finding a path that resonates deeply, and then committing to it, with patience and perseverance. It also highlights the importance of addressing those root causes of emptiness, rather than simply seeking to fill the void with those external experiences or teachings.
The article also delves into the complexities of attention-seeking behavior,
Yeah.
Within spiritual communities, suggesting that some individuals may seek a guru's attention and approval because of those underlying insecurities or a need for validation.
And this dynamic can create those unhealthy power imbalances and hinder genuine spiritual growth. The article encourages individuals to cultivate that self-awareness and to understand their motivations for seeking a guru's attention.
It's about recognizing that true spiritual growth involves transcending those ego-driven desires for attention and approval, instead focusing on cultivating inner peace, contentment, and self-acceptance.
Right. The article also touches on the issue of dependence on gurus. Where some disciples, they may become overly reliant on their gurus for guidance and reassurance, even for minor decisions.
And this can really hinder their ability to develop that self-reliance, autonomy, and that capacity for independent decision-making, all of which are, I think, crucial for spiritual maturity.
The article emphasizes the importance of cultivating that inner strength, self-trust, and the ability to make choices that are aligned with our values and aspirations.
While guidance from a guru can be so valuable, it's important to remember that true liberation involves that freedom from all attachments, including that excessive dependence on external authorities.
Right. The guru's role is to guide and support us on our journey, to empower us to become self-reliant, not to create that dependency.
The article also explores the role of faith in the guru-disciple relationship, highlighting its importance but also cautioning against blind faith.
Yeah. It suggests that true faith should be grounded in understanding, in experience, and a willingness to question and critically examine those teachings. Blind faith, on the other hand, can make individuals vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation.
The article proposes a thought-provoking concept, that our choice of guru often reflects our own level of purity and virtue. It suggests that if our aspirations are sincere and we are committed to living an ethical life, we are more likely to attract a genuine and spiritually advanced guru.
This idea really highlights the interconnectedness between our inner world and our outer experiences. Our thoughts, our intentions, our actions, they shape our reality, including the people that we attract into our lives.
The article also reminds us that ultimately our spiritual progress depends on our own efforts and practice. While a guru can offer guidance, inspiration, and support, the real work of transformation, it happens within.
It's about taking ownership of our spiritual journey and engaging in those practices that lead to liberation. This includes things like meditation, self-reflection, ethical conduct, and cultivating qualities like compassion, wisdom, and detachment.
The article concludes by asserting that God is the true guru. It suggests that prioritizing our relationship with the divine above all else, including our relationship with a human guru, is crucial for authentic spiritual growth.
The article cautions against replacing a personal connection with God with devotion to a human being, however enlightened they may seem. It reminds us that that ultimate source of wisdom and guidance lies within the realm of the sacred, and we can access this directly through our spiritual practices.
It also points to the Sikh tradition as an example of balancing reverence for gurus with a primary focus on God. In Sikhism, gurus are seen as guides pointing toward God, not as replacements for a personal relationship with the divine.
Right. This model recognizes the value of human guidance, while emphasizing the importance of cultivating a direct connection with that ultimate reality. It encourages us to seek inspiration from teachers, while recognizing that our ultimate allegiance is to a higher power.
The article concludes by suggesting that we actually encounter many gurus throughout our lives, not just in the traditional sense. It proposes that life experiences, relationships, and interactions with others, those can serve as valuable teachings on our spiritual journey.
Yeah, this perspective, it expands our understanding of what constitutes a guru, recognizing that wisdom and guidance can come from a multitude of sources.
It encourages us to be open to learning from those unexpected places, and to view life itself as a teacher, offering us constant opportunities for growth, transformation, and self-discovery.
This notion of life as a guru invites us to approach our experiences with curiosity, with mindfulness, and a willingness to learn and grow from every situation.
The article's exploration of gurus and those motivations for seeking them out, it provides valuable insights for anyone on a spiritual path. It reminds us to approach this journey with discernment, self-awareness, and a commitment to cultivating our own inner wisdom and connection to the divine.
It encourages us to view our spiritual journey as an ongoing process, filled with challenges and opportunities for growth, and to embrace this journey with an open heart, a discerning mind, and a deep sense of purpose.
So the article really contrasts those various reasons why people might seek out a guru.
Yeah, it highlights the spectrum of motivations, from seeking liberation from suffering to pursuing knowledge, and even, the complexities of those seeking attention or validation.
And this diversity, it reminds us that the path to spiritual growth, it's rarely linear and often intertwined with, our individual complexities and motivations.
Absolutely.
The article raises a crucial point about the potential pitfalls of prioritizing devotion to a human guru over cultivating a personal connection with the divine.
Right.
While acknowledging the value of guidance from a human guru, the article underscores the importance of not placing them on a pedestal. That overshadows one's direct relationship with the divine.
Yeah, it emphasizes that true spiritual liberation stems from recognizing that divine spark within ourselves and nurturing a direct connection with that ultimate reality.
The article cites the Sikh tradition as an example of harmonizing reverence for gurus with a primary focus on God.
Yeah. In Sikhism, gurus are seen as beacons pointing towards God,
Right.
not as substitutes for a personal relationship with the divine.
Right. And this model provides a valuable framework for ensuring that our devotion is directed appropriately and that we maintain a balanced perspective on the guru-disciple relationship.
It does.
Ultimately, the article emphasizes that true spiritual progress, it hinges on our own dedicated efforts and consistent practice.
Yes, it does.
While a guru can provide guidance, it's our responsibility to engage in that inner work of transformation.
It is.
This entails cultivating qualities like compassion, wisdom, detachment, and self-awareness through practices like meditation, self-reflection, ethical conduct, and service to others.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's essential to reflect on those insights gleaned from these articles.
Absolutely.
They encourage us to embark on the journey of spiritual seeking, with discernment, with self-awareness, and a firm commitment to nurturing our own inner wisdom.
I think that's a great point.
Remember that the path to liberation is an inward journey. It's this ongoing process of self-discovery and awakening to that divine spark within.
And may this deep dive equip you with the clarity and wisdom and sense of purpose to navigate your unique spiritual path and realize your fullest potential.